Hey guys, Kev here. And here's basically part 2 of Divo prototype time. So this is actually an Urban EDC knife. So I want to make that clear. Urban EDC is the company behind this knife. It is our design. So it's the Urban EDC Barley designed by Divo Knives. So that's how I want to put that out there. It'll be available for pre-order, I believe, on their website only, and you'll be able to get it through them. I don't have details at this point, so I don't have pricing. I don't have timeline. I just got the prototypes. Honestly, they didn't tell me not to say anything, so I'm saying stuff. But we haven't really discussed a ton of stuff. The prototypes just came in, so I'm excited, right? I love them. They came out great. I'm really excited for this project. This is one that we really were amped about, but we also weren't positive how the slip joint trend would go, so we thought it was maybe a good idea to team up with a retailer or somebody and do it as an exclusive like this. And Urban EDC was awesome enough to pick it up, and we're really happy to work with them. You guys may know that through the channel, I have a pretty good relationship with Urban EDC, so it's really cool to kind of be hitting it from both angles here. And they're just great to work with. They're great to work with from the creator standpoint. They're great to work with from the dealer standpoint. So I'm proud to be working with them, and I'm really proud of the product that came out here. So this is the Barley, and it is a slip joint. The specs, I actually wrote them down in case you guys are interested. It is a 3.9-inch handle. So when closed, you have a 3.9-inch handle. The blade length is 2.8 inches if you go to the top of the frame here. If you go to the bottom, it's closer to 3. You have a 2.5 inch, just over 2.5 inch cutting edge. You obviously have this forward finger choil, which is generous, half and half finger choil. You have a titanium, titanium covers on this slip joint, M390 steel on the prototype here. Where this knife comes to life in my mind, the inspiration for this knife, for me, when I originally drew this out, right? This is one of the ones where I drew it on my notepad, had this idea, and then I sent it over to Colin, and then Colin turned it into, a real knife. You know what I mean? That's just how it works sometimes. Other times he has a design and then we tweak it together. But sometimes it's, my basic drawing, and then he turns it into a real knife, and then we get the internals going, make sure everything works, and do all that. Well, this is one of those, and my inspiration for this was the Tactile Knife Co. Bear. So I want to give a big shout out and a lot of credit over to Tactile Knife Co. For doing the Bear. What inspired me was the thinness of the Bear. That knife is 0.27 thick. I know that because I measured it when I drew this, because I was really excited. And I was like, you know what? A thin slip joint with a sheep's foot blade would be amazing. And then I was like, ooh, a choil, right? So that's just kind of how it came to life. So no, it doesn't look anything like a bear. It's not a copy of a bear. But it was inspired by the bear. And just so you guys know, because this whole clone copy thing has been coming up lately. That's how it usually goes. You get inspired by an aspect of a knife, and then you design around that. It's not like the knife itself is, and then you draw the knife, right? In this case, it was the thinness of the bear. In the case of the Growler, it was the all-belly blade on the Benchmade Hidden Canyon Hunter that inspired me with this blade shape. Well, you should see my drawing of this one. The first one looks nothing like this. And then Colin turned it into that. So he gets a lot of credit, most of the credit for that one. But the all-belly Benchmade Hidden Canyon Hunter. That knife looks nothing like a Benchmade Hidden Canyon Hunter. This knife really looks nothing like a Tactile Bear. So the point is, it's super slim, and that's what we wanted here. You're at 0.31 on the thickness overall. The blade stock on this knife is 0.08. And I measured it behind the edge earlier at 10 thousandths to 12 thousandths behind the edge. So this is a ultra thin, slicey slip joint. So this is meant for everyday carry. It's meant to open your Amazon boxes and do all that kind of cool stuff. This is not meant to be hard used. Could it be? I don't know. We can find out, right? I think it would shred cardboard for sure. Now, one of the really cool features I think about this knife, because again, this is not a review. This is my knife design with Divo, Colin, and Urban EDC. Obviously, it's their knife. So I'm not reviewing this. I'm just giving you information on it, and I'm excited about it, right? I find no reason to not show my own knives. Like, that's just silly to me. I have a platform. I am excited. As long as I give you all the information, which is what I always do, I see no problem with that, right? Like, you know I'm involved here, so there's bias. But I'm also not going to sit here and review it and tell you you got to go buy one, but you should buy one. Just saying. Anyway, the cool thing I think about this is the finger choil, because it kind of gives the non-slip joint people a bridge to try it, because you're locked in here, right? Yes, you can move the blade a little bit, but you know how hard it would be to close this on yourself, having that choil there? It makes it a lot more secure to the point where you can do normal kind of cutting and not feel too worried about it. Now, should you be stupid? No, you never should be stupid with a knife. But you have a lot more control of that spine of the blade there because of that finger choil. So I think that's cool. And then from just an ergonomic standpoint, you have a full, nice, big finger choil to get your finger into. I mean, at least for me, I got plenty left over. Just to compare it, I'll grab the Vox F5.5. This is the Urban EDC, sorry. F5.5. So I got two Urban EDC knives here. Yeah, wow. It's really cool to have a knife. That's just, yeah, wow. Okay. That was a moment right there for me. Holy shit. I'm holding the Urban EDC Vox F5.5 in my hand, comparing it to the Urban EDC Divo designed Barley. That's incredible. Okay. Sorry. So you can see finger choil wise, you have way more finger choil here. I mean, all of this area right here is finger choil on this knife. So you can get a full finger in there, and it's really nice and comfortable. If you want a size comparison here, let me pull these down. I'm going to show you the different versions as well. So right there, about the same size. About the same size as the F5.5. So if this is a good size knife for you, which it is for me, obviously, I love this knife, then there you go. But yeah, we didn't want to go, we usually go 3.3 inches on the blade, but this is a slip joint. We didn't want to go crazy. And honestly, this is perfect for me, size-wise. 2.5 inches of cutting edge. It feels like more than that, honestly, there. Very, very comfortable in the hand. One of the concerns I had was how thin it was. How would it feel in the hand, right? But no, this feels really good. There's these three versions here. Now, I can't say that these are going to be definitely the three versions that we do. There could be changes, right? But as of right now, what we have here is a blackened titanium with their Sagaha pattern, or Sagaha. I'm not sure how you say it, so I apologize if I butcher it. It has the faux bolster line there. And then you have the satin hardware, all T8. You have your steel spring, and we do have a nice little lanyard post back here we added in at the very end. We were like, oh crap, we need a lanyard pin. So we added that. This one has an acid wash blade, which I don't remember discussing, but you know what? I've showed this to some people, and there's been a few that are like, that's the one. So you know what? It's just how it goes sometimes. You never know which one you're going to want, you know? Doesn't necessarily mean the one that I think would be the best would be the one everybody wants. I don't know if that made sense. But anyway, this one's got an acid wash blade, which is very unique, I think, for a slip joint to have like a black frame and then have this acid wash blade. Then you have blue. I think they call it their cobalt blue. Titanium, and you have the Sagaha pattern on here. This one has a belt satin. This is M390. And then you have a plain titanium, which personally I almost feel like it'd be cool if they all had the pattern on it. But this is just, I mean, can we say it? This is raw dogging it right here. So there's that one. Again, belt satin M390. So another thing that we wanted to do was have the long pull nail nick on both sides. So it's on both sides because I'm left-handed. So it's nice to just be able to get that grip on both sides. Plus, any-handed you are, it's nice to have it on both because then you don't have to use it as a nail nick. You just grab it. Right? You don't need to worry about it because you can just grab it, which is cool. So the walk and talk on these is very good. I'm actually very excited about it. When I first got them, I was like, man, I don't know. But then I put a little bit of KPL in there and I just kind of used them, worked them in a little bit. And yeah, they came out great. The pull weight, I would say from close to half stop it's hard to gauge because of it's so easy to grab this and it's so thin. It's just so easy to grab. I mean, I'd probably put it at a 5.5, 6, maybe a 6. It's just so easy to grab, but it doesn't feel like it's just, loose. It comes out, but it feels satisfying. So I'd probably put it at a 5.5 or a 6 to be safe. 6. And then from here to out or on the way out feels more like a 6.5, 7. Maybe a 7, honestly. And you can feel that a lot right here. When you go to close it, it has good tension on the close. It's not just like, it's got some good tension there. So I'd go 7. And it has good bounce, too. See how it kind of jumps to that and then jumps close? Big shout out to Ben Belkin over at Jack Wolf Knives. He helped us in the design phase when Colin and I were working on the internals of this. He worked hand in hand with Colin and helped us get the internals dialed in so that you could get that nice jump. And we all know Ben knows what he's doing when it comes to his knives. Here is the latest release, the Cyborg. I always want to say Cyberpunk. This is the Cyborg Jack. And you can see it has that kind of jump to it. And it's a similar deal here. Now you got a lot thinner here, so it's not quite as acoustically snappy. I mean, dude, the Jack Wolves are insane. They really are. That's like, that's the aspiration if you're making slip joints right there. But yeah, so big shout out to Ben because he helped us get this dialed in, and they came out great. So, and they're all good. I mean, they all are pretty much the same in terms of like pull weight, all that good stuff. They feel about the same. So, excellent walk and talk. Feels really good. I don't know if I showed you the blade here. There's that M390 belt satin. And again, I had it measured around 10 thousandths behind the edge. Check out the acid wash. Now, cutting paper is one thing, right? But just, I got to show you something. So I'm holding it back here. So if you want to get the grip back here and kind of put your thumb here so you're not putting any tension on the blade, you can do that. And then if you want to get up and get close to the edge, you can climb up onto the blade and do it that way. If you want to get into a pinch grip for whatever reason, if you want to do utility cutting, which is kind of what this knife is going to excel at, is sideways utility, straight down utility, that kind of stuff. You can do all of that, and honestly, it feels locked in when you're doing it. It almost feels like a locking knife. Now, I'm not saying you should do anything stupid or whatever, but I'm just saying it feels it's very confidence inspiring. But again, this is our design, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But there it is. That is the Urban EDC Barley, designed by Colin and I at Divo Knives. And we're really excited about this. We're proud of it. We hope you guys are interested. Keep an eye on Urban EDC. Keep an eye on their Instagram, on their website, their newsletter. Obviously, keep an eye on my Instagram and YouTube. I will, of course, be updating you guys when the project is moving forward. I believe it's going to be a pre-order, and I don't know when, but I'll let you know. So let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate all the support. I apologize for the kind of back-to-back Divo videos. I know some people are, they just want me to stick to the YouTube stuff and not include the Divo stuff, but, I can't do that, so you got to bear with me if that's how you feel. If not, I really appreciate you guys supporting me. So I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.